Some lawmakers in the U.S. are demanding more accountability for some Americans linked to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein in the wake of former Prince Andrew's arrest. In a social media post, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer criticized the U.S. Justice Department's handling of the files, comparing it to the response in European nations. And he said, quote, in France, the Paris prosecutor's office just opened 2 investigations based on new leads from the released files. In Britain, former Prince Andrew has been arrested over ties to Epstein. When will there be justice in America? NPR investigations correspondent Joseph Shapiro joins me now. He wrote about this in a recent article titled Epstein Files Fallout Takes Down Elite Figures in Europe, while U.S. reckoning is muted. Thank you so much for being here. So in addition to the former prince, what repercussions or consequences have people connected to Epstein faced abroad?
Right. Well, it's striking. It's not just a member of the royal family, British politicians, government officials. They are being investigated. They've lost positions. They've had their reputations sullied. Britain's ambassador to the United States, Peter Mandelson, was forced to step down in September. Last week, he resigned from the House of Lords. There was even pressure briefly on the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer. There was some thought last week that he might be forced to step down because he'd been such a supporter of Mandelson. Last week, that pressure seemed to ease after the Prime Minister apologized for supporting Mandelson. But the bottom line is that in Britain and other European countries, places like France and Norway, there are investigations. People are losing jobs. People are being held accountable. Just actually not for the any kind of sexual misconduct with Epstein, but for their financial and close personal ties to him. In the United States, we're not seeing that kind of reaction.
Why do you think that is?
I think in the United States, partisanship and money in the U.S. And embarrassment in Europe. We've had periods in this country where we've had a lot of accountability in the period after Watergate, more recently with the Me Too movement. But right now, President Donald Trump dominates politics in a way that other presidents haven't. And for him, accountability is something that's both partisan and personal. It took Congress to pass a law to force the Justice Department to release the Epstein files, but the president has his personal appointees at Justice, and Justice Department might determine whether there are investigations of individuals because of what's in the Epstein files. It also controls how much of the files get released and what gets released. In a place like Britain, you've got a parliamentary system. It's easier. Politicians are often closer to the people. You can have an election. You don't have to wait every 4 years. That also plays a role. Europeans were, he said, that they were humiliated by this connection with Jeffrey Epstein.
Joseph Shapiro, thank you.
Thank you, Lindsay.